Good morning, Granny. Good morning, Granny. Good morning, Granny. We're back again, once again.
Good morning, Octo. You seem to be in a particularly happy mood this morning.
Well, that's
What?
right.
Why
I
would that
mentioned
be?
like I mentioned last night, I had to get up very early to get my little toy. So,
And you're obviously successful.
well, that's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, I'm still trying to work with the toy creators and get a private link sent to me. But yeah, so the toy that I'm up is basically, I think I've mentioned it before. It's a YouTubing couple that deal in the Funko space, but they've got to design a toy, and I think it sold out in about 25 seconds. So I was quite happy to
Wow.
nab one. So yeah,
Yeah. Just
not
as
too
well your
bad, not too
internet's
bad.
not slow.
Well, that's right. Well, yeah, being up for a couple of hours doesn't mean sounds like I'm either drunk or having a stroke like the start of last week's podcast. I had to edit a lot of it out. It was a bit scary, touch and go for a little bit. So
Yes. Well, I thought
yes.
when your head fell down on the desk, I was a bit worried.
Well, that's right. Well, I thought it might have been the foam coming out of my mouth might have gave it away, but a little bit rabid. But no, it was all right. I just had a bit of a brain fart last week, and had to edit probably the first 15 minutes of the podcast out because I couldn't construct the sentence. So
Yes.
yeah, but
apparently,
what's new with you, Granny?
well, with what was left of this week's podcast, apparently everyone liked it because it's
Yeah,
going great guns.
I think I know who's responsible for that.
So you say.
Yeah, well, obviously it's the only logical explanation. Yeah, why
Is
else
it?
wouldn't they be there to see a handsome octopus? Or sorry, a handsome strapping octopus now they're in spring.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why I don't
Okay.
show below the. That's why I don't show below the belt because it's a bit flabby.
Well, you better get in the gym and start working out, hey?
Well, that's right. Well, I can do 8 sets of weights at the same time. So yeah, maybe I'll have to start doing that.
Yes. Well, I did a bit of a workout yesterday. So I had my
Mhm.
first physio appointment after my back surgery. So I was a bit weary by last night. Yes, after having had to be, resting for the last few weeks to get up and do a
Yeah.
workout. So that was good.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, I did see you in Chris Furlong's live last night. He was a bit displaced last night. I found that I don't know if there was something
He
going on.
was
He
a
was a bit
little.
under the weather or something, but
Mm,
hopefully he's feeling better soon.
yes. But I
Give
do
me
have
two.
to say, last
Yeah.
night, because our dear friend Wendy from out of Chris's championship group, who's been, she seems to be quite lucky winning prizes on Chris's live stream, and she has been trying very hard because I've been wanting some of those earrings that go for the prize, and she actually won those last night, and so she's going to get Chris to send them to me.
No, nice. I wasn't listening
Yeah.
to a word you just said, but I'm pretty sure it was important. So obviously, it's good to see eBay's doing well for you this week.
Yeah, no,
We'll say hello.
eBay's going well this week so far.
Oh, that's good. No, I just had to put the StreamYard link in there. But yeah, what earrings did you get? I
So
didn't catch
out of the ones that were left, so I chose the Smurf earrings and some little fishies.
that.
There
Okay.
weren't any octopuses, so I couldn't get
Well,
octo
I'm
ones.
sorry I asked because you just lost my interest. No octopuses.
Well, maybe we could get in touch with Mel, who makes the wonderful earrings, and she might be able to make some octo earrings.
I don't know. Well, that's right. We'll have to sell out like Chris has.
Well, definitely, yes.
Good morning, Kayfan. How are you?
Hello, Kathan. How are you
You'll have
going
to
this
you'll have,
morning?
you'll have to settle a dispute between Granny and I, Kayfan. Where are you from? Granny thinks you're from Victoria, and I think you're from the Antarctic. So please let me know where you're from.
From the Antarctic.
Josh G, hello.
And there's
I think
Josh, yes.
this guy gets around a little bit. I actually keep seeing him pop up now and then.
He does pop up. He doesn't have a lot to say very often, but he
No,
does pop up every
obviously.
now and again.
No, that's right.
I actually decided after watching him on, because he pops in sometimes in John the Reseller's live streams, but he always has to leave to go to work at night time. And I was a bit wondering, but anyway, I've decided maybe he's a security guard in a stripper bar.
No, well, I don't know. Well,
Or
hopefully
maybe
he's
he's a
not one of.
stripper.
I was going to say, hopefully he's not one of the strippers. But hey, each to their own. We don't hold that against people. So it's not my type. But hey, you do you, Josh. Whatever you want to do.
Yes.
Good morning, Granny. Gigi's in the house. That's right. She was back last week after a 45-minute delay. And, I made sure I had
It wasn't quite that long.
Made sure I had the attendants had taser in hand today. I was actually the one that was running behind this morning. Good morning, John. I remember to be ready in time. Where are you from, John? I do see in Chris's lives a fair bit, but I can't remember. Country Living Oz, good morning.
I think John's in. Is he in Victoria or South Australia?
I'm just going to default everyone to Victoria because the amount of bloody people in these YouTube shows from Victoria. So if you're not from Victoria, you're an honorary Victorian now.
Oh, okay. So you say. So hello, Angela.
Matilda.
Hi, Matilda.
Hey, how are you? Welcome aboard again.
Yes, welcome aboard. I'm a reseller.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Hello. Me saying hello to everyone.
Good morning, Anthony. Is that right?
It is Anthony. Yes.
Oh,
good
fantastic!
morning.
I'm writing. Yeah, but if I don't know your name, by all means, put it in the chat because I've got a little list going on the side of my computer, working out who's who in the zoo. I've got it dangerously close to my hit list. So yeah, obviously, if you've got a couple of people rock up in suits with a gun, yeah, I've probably got you on the wrong list. So I apologise in advance if that happens, but yeah, I won't hear anything further from it. So I just, when Granny was dribbling about her earrings, I put the StreamYard link in there. So feel free to more than free to jump in if you so wish.
Yes, come and join us on screen. Good morning, Jane. You've been getting some nice hauls there of late, I see. She had a nice haul of clothes with lots of good brands in it yesterday that I saw.
Oh, very nice. Morning, Paul. How are you?
Morning, Paul.
Victoria. See, I don't think she was from Victoria originally. I think she's just classing herself as an honorary Victorian. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Antarctic. There's lots of penguins down there, so you can keep you occupied.
Yeah. Matilda.
From Virginia.
Yes,
Virginia.
Yeah,
okay.
Very good.
Yeah, the hitmen are a bit more expensive over that way, so you won't be getting on the list.
I've got 3 international parcels to go tomorrow. So one's going to Chicago, one's going to the Netherlands, and the other one is going to Maryland, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, my little toy that I woke up for this morning and paid an exorbitant amount of money to come over here originates from Maryland. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah,
must be the place.
Coppercat, this is our beloved cat that we want to steal. The only person that wants somewhat of accountability in the group. Mary, if I'm correct, according to my list. From South Australia. I told you.
Yeah. See, I said that, didn't I? Yes.
No,
yes.
I'm taking credit for it. Well, anyway, he's an honorary Victorian now. Anyway.
You see, Queensland, but an ex-Victorian.
Yeah.
Good morning, Bax.
Morning.
Bax is in New South Wales. I can tell you that one.
Morning. He's fashionably late for an honesty session. Well, it's good to see that you're here. Always wanted to go to Australia, just a long flight. It would take me a while to get used to the time zone differences. Yeah, well, that's pretty much going to the future, isn't it, Granny?
It is going to the future because it's your tomorrow here today.
That's right. I did see Marty McFly walking down the street earlier today on his hoverboard. So
yes,
yeah, but there's. I don't know if someone actually asked me where I would recommend they go in Australia. I'm not too sure where I'd recommend, Granny. Where would you, as an international tourist, where would you suggest that they go have a look at?
Do you know what? I reckon an international tourist should come to a rural area rather than go to one of the capital cities. Like maybe they could go to Sydney or somewhere and see some of the big sites, but like how much better would they be coming to a smaller rural community and actually seeing what it's actually really like to live in the bush in Australia?
Well, they can just go to Louisiana and go to one of the redneck hick villages.
So. Yeah, but they wouldn't see kangaroos hopping up the street, would they?
I don't know. That's no offense to anyone from Louisiana. I was watching True Blood last night, so yeah, that might give you an idea of where I'm at.
Oh dear.
I'd probably suggest Brisbane as the first point of call. It's quite a nice city. One of the probably because I was in the military previously prior to my world domination aspirations, and that was my first posting, and I actually quite enjoyed it there. So very picturesque.
Yes, and it's probably a good place to go and see like the sunshine and the beaches and all that type of thing too there. I've been to Brisbane once.
Yeah, Brisbane, then go straight to Perth. Don't worry about going to Adelaide because it's only the 2 Aussie thrifters there and they're nothing to see.
Adelaide's very nice. They call it the city of churches.
Yeah, that's right, because they're all boring.
Don't say that. That's not true at all.
Well, Brad and Jazz aren't in here, so I can say what I want. Good morning, Graham. How are you?
Morning,
It's our
Graham.
beloved John. How are you, John? I see
Morning,
you're still on my
John.
fence waving to people as they drive past.
Wrong judgment hour.
hey, that's from 12 to 1. I stand at the pearly gates and cast people out.
Yes.
It's been a great week sourcing. I haven't been sourcing. I've been still on my plight of fixing my listings. I've got through. I literally have no death pile now. So not that I had one before, but but I'm still fixing up the just like we spoke about before. I'm not just adding the recommended item specifics. I'm doing the actual listings as well. Yeah, comping the prices and all those different things. Really neither here nor there is improvements, I don't think, because I think everyone's been slow across the board from what I've spoken to. So
it's been quite slow until I've been quite slow until yesterday was quite good. And today I've already had an international sale today. And usually when I get an international sale, it tells me that the gates are wide open. And so usually get a better day if I've had international.
Yeah, and it might even be worth having a look at your international metrics as well, for anyone in the chat as well, that because you're rated, so your Australian rating, this is obviously for the Australians in the chat, doesn't correspond to what you're rated in, I suppose, the US market or Europe and UK and all those different things. So what you might be top rated in Australia, you might be only above standard or top rated in America as well, or the different regions. So have a look at that, and obviously adjust.
So how does one find that, Octo?
It's a very good question, and I'm pretty sure that Granny will find it for you. I know how to look for it. I just don't want to obviously spend the 2.5 seconds looking for it myself. But I think it's under performance.
Mine says globally I am top rated.
Yeah, so that's Then you go to regions and you go to USA. Then
okay.
Yeah, so basically all those different things.
So region above standard in USA. Above standard in UK, yes.
Yeah, so I was top rated in the US, but I'm just dropped down to not below standard, above standard, because I've got a couple of pre-orders at the moment. Because different regions have different systems. Like I suppose for those in Australia, we really don't have an international untracked item, because I've got a couple of pre-orders that obviously items that we can get in Australia that the US counterparts can't get. Because I haven't uploaded the tracking on time for those, even though the customers are happy to wait, it's actually brought my seller level down in the US. So I'll just have to obviously fix that up when I get to it. But so just be mindful of that. So obviously, if you're having a lot of international orders, then all of a sudden it dries up, or vice versa. Have a look at that metric, and it'll actually tell you where you sit. And if you obviously, from my understanding of the YouTube landscape in the US, obviously conversing with a couple of the YouTubers over there, top rated is the place to be. Obviously.
Well, yeah. So everything on mine's good apart from the late shipment rate. So I'm at 2.27% on the late shipment. I mean, that's a bit hard, because that one's a bit out of your control, isn't it? I mean, you can post it here.
Yeah.
But, when it's going to arrive in time over there, doesn't it?
Well, and that's exactly right. And you'll probably find that those metrics will, fluctuate and change, because eBay might actually overwrite them. So if you go back in a week's time, it might change. I'm not too sure what it looks from a US feedback system, where that if they've said that it's arrived on time, all these different things. So where am I in the chat? Good morning, Drew. How are you? I think Drew, are you still running your live after this show, Drew? If so, move over there, because that's a pretty good chat. I quite enjoy it.
It is a good chat. Learnt lots last week.
Mary, look at that. See, I got you on the right list as well. So don't worry. You're our beloved cat, Mary. Oh, he's from God's country, so Victoria too, by the sounds of it. Gold Coast hinterland. Oh, I actually got married in the hinterland. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise you were married, Octo.
No, well, neither did I. But apparently you can marry yourself these days. I've seen people walking around marrying door frames. So anything that goes. John the Reseller, going to the future, will be disappointed about the progress that civilization will make. Hey, under the octopus, mate, civilization can only go. What's this one called? Is it down?
Yeah, that's down.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So civilization can only go down. So.
a bit of a
The
worry, isn't
world
it?
can't end tomorrow in Australia. Charlie Brand. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's right, because it's tomorrow in Australia.
that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
take
a
that.
couple of times. Well, yeah, that does. Yeah, that counts, because if you actually stopped in Australia. I used to say that quite often. I've been to Sydney because I had a layover in Sydney. That's as close as I've got to Sydney at the airport. So yes.
Yeah, and then I'd probably add Darwin onto that list as well. I haven't been to Darwin. I've pretty much fallen into the same category. I've transited through Darwin a few times, but from what I've been told, it's quite good.
It is. I've been there a couple of times and actually love that. It's quite good.
Tassie's Australia's best kept secret. I haven't been to Tasmania, so that might be another one to add to your list.
Yes, I have. I've been to Tasmania with a busload of other young people from around back in the day.
Sounds interesting.
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
A busload. Well, look, it was a busload of young farmers, but the young farmer organisation is the same goes. You don't have to be one to be one. So young farmers is basically an excuse to party a lot with a whole heap of young people from your rural areas. I'll stop you right.
Oh, did someone wake me up?
I'll get my fork,
we've changed
out soon.
So a lot of people have. We've changed our accountability hour to a tourism hour, so maybe we won't actually hit the algorithm.
Yeah.
Australia Zoo, the big pineapple. What else do you need? That's right. We've got the Gold Coast down there as well with your very poor imitation of Disney World. So
well, apparently here in Donald, we need a giant kookaburra is what we're getting.
Okay, well, it's better than a giant nursing home, but hey, what can you do?
Well, we do have Cooker the Kookaburra, who's a symbol on our Cooker's Country cookies. And so I think it's, partly for that. So, yeah.
Oh, you're going to make me an insomniac these days, Granny. Try to avoid most of the tourist areas, rather see what's life's really like. Well, Brisbane's almost like a full, you can almost say Queensland's almost like a full tourist state. But it's quite nice, like it's not as, because I've been to the US a few times, and it's not as touristy as the US. It's kind of more natural, but it's definitely geared towards the tourists, especially around the Gold Coast area in Brisbane.
Matilda did like you.
Yeah, well, she was talking to you, Granny.
That's not true at all. See?
Hang on. Look, she's being put into timeout for some reason. I can't remember what I said.
Matilda.
Well, I can't remember what I said. How's the internet? Well, it's a lot better today, but I know you're not talking to me. I've worked it out. Oh, Adelaide. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you mean about, yes, because she's from Adelaide. Yes.
There's worse things to be bloody upset about than Adelaide.
It's Adelaide is a foster child. It's a care arrangement pending legal adoption.
Yeah. It's the unwanted foster child.
Yes, yeah.
I don't do free returns. You're asking for trouble. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize we're returning people, but
well, we can try.
28 viewers, 10 likes. Get the like button. It's probably all of Granny's sub accounts, John. Like she normally tries to fill me better by opening about 18 or 19 different accounts just to make we have someone in here. So it's only 3 people and Granny.
Yeah, you tell lots of stories. I must be very good, and obviously I can touch type because I don't look like I'm typing, so I'm not having to look at the keyboard to type all these messages.
That's right. Well, the amount of money that you're making on YouTube, you probably got all these little servants running around.
Well, yes, I'm going to actually give up reselling on eBay soon from the amount of income I'm getting off YouTube. Yes.
Yeah. So a little bit of a sneak peek into our next podcast, as long as we keep with this pattern. We're going to talk about YouTubers and selling their wares, I suppose, in the sense that.
Oh dear! I'll try to work out how to put it nicely. So,
long story short, I should have opened this with it. Under no stage do you have the octopus's permission to engage in private mentoring. So I will give you a hint into that. And I'm pretty sure that those playing at home could probably work out who or what I'm having a go at. Long story short, what I'll be arguing in the podcast is that I have no problem with Discord groups. I don't have no problems with group mentorships and all these different things where people are feeding off each other and helping each other out. But once it comes to a one-on-one arrangement with someone that doesn't know what they're doing, I draw the line at that. So please keep your money to yourself. If you want to burn it, donate it to a nursing home, donate it to a child bloody backpack service. I don't know what you want to do, but please
yes,
don't engage with anyone that wants to charge you for one-on-one mentoring or coaching.
Yes, particularly if they're a YouTube reseller, let's say.
Well, that's right. Well, I had a chat to a couple of the resellers in, I suppose, my inner circle, and we've pretty much come to the consensus that, you know, there's no one in Australia that we would pay, and you'd probably be hard pressed to probably find someone international that would pay for one-on-one coaching. Yeah, like we've said previously, Granny and I are both members of the Daily Refinement, you know, Facebook group or the Patreon group, and like I said previously, I don't have a problem with that because, you know, you've got subject matter experts in those different areas to help you. So you're not paying one specific person, you know, $50 an hour, or paying someone else $50 an hour. So you basically got that experience and all those different things. And we probably will do a follow-up video to that.
Yes.
Shit show.
Yes.
That we
Because there
released
could
a
be
couple
some
of weeks.
updates soon.
Well, that's right. Well, I've been meaning to ask what's going on with that, Granny, but yeah, we'll leave it at that. But keep your eyes peeled for that. Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Let's just say there's something afoot.
Or a tentacle, for that matter. Hello, Puppy Dog Diary. It's good to see you in.
Good morning, Puppy Dog Diary.
Oz Riley, how are you, mate?
Morning, Oz Riley.
John? What randomness is he spewing now? Victoria adopting his Western like a rest taking you in. They might love you, they might not. At least the amenities are dope. So I'm not really a fan of Victoria, to tell you the truth. I don't come from Victoria, nor do I have any aspirations to become the beloved dictator down there. But every time I've been down there, it's, you know, been full of Judder, Wayno, and other yuppies in Melbourne. So
well, that's why it's so good. But you know, look, yeah. Speaking of leadership, you know, look, I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a vacant spot coming up again soon.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's going on, but that sounds something interesting.
And everybody should remember to go and do their vote on Saturday too, if you haven't already, for the referendum.
Yes, even the Americans, go and vote. I'm sure they'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought the late shipment only yes and no. So the Australian one does. So what happens when people leave feedback? It'll say, has this item arrived by X date? And that's the date that eBay normally shows to them. They can say yes or no. If they say yes, it obviously works well. If they say no, I really don't know. And this is something that I need to dig into, but it will probably put a ding on your account, and then maybe the system will cross-reference when you actually posted that item, in the sense that the acceptance scanned by Australia Post. If it's an untracked item, you'll probably just keep the ding there. Obviously, if it's a tracked item, Australia Post scans it the same day that falls within your shipping metrics. I dare say the ding will come off, but I'm still digging into that. But
yes, well,
like,
mine actually
like Granny was saying,
I've got mine's out of 12 items, it's saying, and I've got one ding, which is for a childcraft book, and it's saying that indicates late delivery. So yeah.
Yeah, and we've, like I said, going off what the YouTubers in America are saying, is that a lot of the postal services over there slow down quite considerably at Christmas time. We don't really have that over here. Like, we pretty much have a standard service across the year. And towards the Christmas period or the Q4 period, Australia Post starts delivering 7 days a week to take care of that. The backlog mightn't be in the middle of Bumfudge, Idaho, where Granny is, but definitely in the more metro or country areas, they'll deliver there 7 days a week as well. So
yeah. No, we don't get it 7 days a week here, but still goes okay.
And I suppose what I normally do as well is, and I know Uncle Wayno does this as well, is that when you send something out, if you flick a quick message to the buyer and say, hey, look, I've just posted this today, going on, blah, blah, blah. And if you are creeping up, and I know Maz was in last week saying that she had a couple of defects that dropped it to below standard. If you are creeping up to that thing, where you're going to drop from top rated to maybe above standard, or obviously above standard to below standard. If you've got those emails and you've got the evidences, probably hit up eBay and just give them a call or give them a message and say, hey, look, this is the audit trail of the item. The system's registering this. Potentially go from that way. So you want to be ahead of things, because if I had found out about Maz before, if she had been looking on that downward trajectory, we could have advised, and because once the damage is done, the damage is done, right? Like she said last week, they won't do it retrospectively. But if we had
they did remove her last one. She did still have one there, and after she spoke to us here last week, she then went back in and messaged them again, and they actually removed that one, so that was great.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So, but like I said, keep on top of them. Don't let it slide, and then pretty much see where it goes from there. So, Matilda's still going off about being an Adelaidean. Jeez. Only if you put this much effort into your accountability, Matilda.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Well,
you're more than welcome to jump on, Matilda, and have a go at us live.
Come and visit us, Matilda.
Yeah.
Because here in Australia, for those that are overseas, it's actually quite a badge of honour to have convict ancestors here. We actually think it's a great thing.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know if I'm old enough to remember if I had any convict ancestors, but I suppose the closest I've got a convict ancestor would be the Kraken, but I don't know.
Yeah. So one of my, I think it's like a 3 times great grandfather, he was sent to jail for treason over in England, and he was going to be hung, but because he was literate, so he could read and write, and that was one of the reasons they actually changed his sentence to life transportation to Australia, because he was literate, and there were very few amongst the convicts that were.
Yeah, well, just imagine how awkward this Grumpy Granny and Octo hour would have went if Granny wasn't here. If she was erased from the timeline.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
If Doc Emmett's in the chat, can we go back to what year was it, Granny?
Yep, sure can.
Yeah.
How far behind are you, Octo?
Oh, I'm falling behind. Normally it's the other way around. I'm normally on top of it. It's how long you take to ship, not delivery. Yeah, so ours is kind of a double-ended sword. We have we have that initial how long it took you to ship, but we've also got the back end if the buyer confirms that they've delivered it before the certain date.
Late. Yeah.
Drew's clever. Yes, I quite enjoy watching Drew show.
Live in Germany, yes.
Geez, John's more social than we are. Like you can't shut him up on his own live, and he's trying to take over ours as well.
Exactly. And look at that. Well done, Mary. She has actually met her 5 listing and 4 in the bank. Well done.
I think you're setting a very good example of these humans, Mary. Like, if a cat can do 5 listings and 4 giraffes, I think the rest of you can as well. So very
true.
That's good. Are you still looking at going full time next year, Granny? Mary.
Here I am, actually.
You all look the same to me, except for Mary. She looks like a cat. But who needs Lara Bingle? Yeah.
Absolutely.
We can get rid of her.
Yes. Oh, the language is coming out now.
Look at this. Hey, like I said, you're more than welcome to pop in the live. So I thought I sent something to Canada a month ago. The buyer has placed it on hold, so it marked as delivered. My account is squeaky clean. Okay, that's good. How did I come up with the name of Disgruntled Octopus? Because I am disgruntled. It's kind of a bit like Heath Ledger's Joker. Yeah, every time someone asks him, the story changes. So one day I'll disclose how I came up with the Disgruntled Octopus. Morning, Dave.
I was assuming that was your birth name.
Well, it was Mr. Disgruntled Octopus. I just brought it down. I was trying to be like Madonna. So instead of having 2 or 3 names, I just make it the Disgruntled Octopus, even though it's 3 names. Blake, how are you?
Good morning, Blake. Good to see you.
He's having
it has been a while. I hope you're
social
feeling
media
better.
hiatus.
Yes. Blake's been a little unwell.
That's probably because we forgot to feed him when he was in captivity.
It could have something to do with it, I'd say. Definitely go back.
Just hanging out. Coffee
time. Nice. Well, no, I don't drink coffee, but yeah. Stayed home today. You're so lucky. Nice, Brad.
I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was in bad mouthing them earlier. Matilda obviously was. Mental people might have to be sarcastic. That's right. Well, play to your strengths, Paul. Like I said, we have no problem with that. But like I said, make sure you play to your strengths. So.
Oh, Johnny and Judder are giving each other some
Yeah, I was about to say,
love
we're
there,
blowing
aren't
kisses at each other.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
John's going to pay the sarcastic fee to Paul. Well, that's good.
Well, I have to record your video next, Judder. So that's I've got a full day today, so I won't be able to come visit today, unfortunately.
Mm.
So obviously, for those that don't know, Diary of a Flipper is quite a new YouTuber. Go check his channel out. He's doing an elimination chamber at the moment with Grumpy Granny as one of his victims, I suppose, for lack of a better term.
And we get set a little task for each step of the elimination chamber, and then someone gets eliminated each week, of course. So yeah, we did a little competition where we had to make thumbnails for a video, and then whoever wins, Judder's got to actually do the activity that's suggested on a thumbnail. So I'm really, 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 really hoping I win.
Yeah, so
I don't
know. I haven't seen the thumbnails yet, but Judder said he's going to send them to me to do a bit of a live reaction for. So God help you all. God help you all. That's all I can say. Yeah. The quotation mark, the tentacles are killing me. Love it. Blue face smiley. Oh, blue face smiley. I don't know what that is. Does that mean you're frozen to death, or?
Yeah, I think that was meant to be a little
emoji.
Yeah, I know. Emojis, but well, yes, Puppy Dog Diary. It's actually amazing because when the week I was away, when I had my surgery, I was surprised when I came back. Octo had actually been obviously practicing a lot of control over his tentacles, and he's gotten very good, I have to say.
Well, I'll give you one tip for free that I actually slithered into Build-A-Bear the other day because, as Judder knows firsthand, the tentacles need a bit of zhuzhing. So I went and got some octopus Botox, and that's just for you, Puppy Dog Diary. So may all your dreams come true with that snippet. If you pay someone how to sell on eBay, you deserve to lose your money. Yeah, I'm pretty much in conjunction with that.
Yes.
I'm pretty much going into a little bit more into that topic because, like I said, I don't want to pretty much blow out everything we're going to talk about in the podcast.
Yes, Free Commerce Dave. There should be a benevolent dictatorship mentorship course. Geez, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Benevolent dictatorship mentorship course.
I would have liked to pronounce that in the last podcast, considering it looked like I was having a stroke for the first 4.5 minutes.
Well, imagine what that would have sounded like, for heaven's sake.
I had to cut the video because it looked like I was drunk. I haven't drank in 6 months. That's a very delayed hangover. Yes. We might have an Octo cut of the video. We might actually create a Patreon group just to have the Octo cut.
You could do that, yeah. People might pay to see that.
Oh, that's right. Well, God help them all. YouTubers in Australia charging money for courses or mentorship as low as the scumbags that scam on eBay. Same. Oh, I thought you were going for the Darren Hinch then. I thought you were going to go shame.
Yeah, we might give him we might call him Hinchy.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is. Like I said, that
don't talk too much because you won't have anything left to say.
I know. Well, I'll still scream at everyone. I have no problem with mentorship. I'll correct that. I have no problem with Facebook groups, and as long as people are helping other people. So as long as the group's not designed that you're being fed information from one person. So hypothetically, if Judder opened up a group and he was the main person that everyone just constantly went back to, I don't agree with that system. But if you had he was administering and paying for the resources and all the different things that go into running a group, and each other in the group were feeding off each other and assisting each other, and it was somewhat diplomatic, which I hate that word, or rather democratic. Not democratic, dictatorship, whatever that one is. Autocratic. There we go, autocratic. But like I said, I've kind of got the same sentiments, but probably not as probably not as harsh as Judder there. So,
well, because I think the thing with groups too is that when you get you've got a group of people, regardless, each person will have their own things that they're actually good at when it comes to reselling. There's going to be some people that are a lot better at packaging stuff up. There's going to be, so they can, help other people out with how they do that. I mean, I'm an expert at that. Everyone should listen to what I do for that. But stop you right. And, but it's true. Because some people are very figures driven and therefore they have a lot of knowledge in that area. Some people know a lot about the platform and where to find things on the platform. So if you're in a group setting, that's a whole different ballgame because people are sharing the information, hopefully, with each other. But this one-on-one and one person, it bothers me one person telling another person this is how you do it, because that model may not work for everybody just because that's how they do theirs.
I'm going to give away the punchline for the podcast. It's extremely predatory. I find it, the scum of the scum. Because these people that probably flock to that coaching are probably very vulnerable. They're probably in a financial distress or something like this, and possibly see reselling as a quick get-rich-quick scheme, which it's not. And then for people taking advantage of that situation, like I said previously in that previous podcast, is that if I stumbled across a course then it was fantastic and it was worthwhile, I would say to such, but. Yeah, as what Judder alluded to previously, is there's nothing in Australia that comes close to that kind of material.
Yeah.
So people offering that service or doing that, when you can get all the content for free on YouTube, or you can get it on eBay. It's my course on eBay. You can get it on YouTube or doing a little bit
we
of
could
searching.
sell it on eBay, perhaps.
That's right.
Put it all
exactly
together, package it up,
Yeah.
and sell it.
Oh, I never thought of that. Judder, hey, let's do a listing and we'll just redirect the mentorship to someone else.
Well, perhaps we could just download all the YouTube videos and put them on DVD and make a DVD set and sell it. That'd be the go.
We'll just label it a country practice and people will buy it. But I have no problem with people reaching out to me on Instagram and asking questions. Like if I've got a spare couple of seconds, I'll indulge you and respond to you, as long as it's constructive. Not don't be a dickhead. But like I said, that I'm more than happy to to lend you a couple of minutes and give you an answer. But there's no way in hell will I be charging for anything for that kind of talking. So sorry Matilda, your flavour of the month, your flavour of the week today. So I need someone to pick
very
on.
Good.
Yes, it's good. It's good. Flipping Farm Girl, Australia Post extra casual staff sorting centres. Yeah, well.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Oh, just chitty chatting.
Jeez, can't stop him talking. Became the first Australian lawyer. Okay.
Well,
probably the Prime Minister,
close.
actually. Oh.
That's my convict ancestor Dave's talking about there. Yes.
Yeah, no, I think you might be right there, Graham. It's taking a bit of time. It's not. We're not normally this busy.
No, that's right.
I'm quite passionate about this subject, as Juddo knows, because I was a little bit distressed yesterday when I found something.
Yes.
Still playing full time. Oh, fantastic!
Very good. Excellent.
Complete my goal. Got through the entire death pile with some gentle encouragement from the wife. Threw out 15 garbage bags worth of stuff not worth listing. Yeah, and it comes to a bit like that realization that not everything's worth listing. Especially if you've had it in your death pile for a very long time. Like we were talking about in the podcast earlier in the week, is that things tend to go down in a recession. So things that don't appreciate like they used to. So
and Anthony did message me after that, the next day, I believe after last week, and said that he'd already gotten rid of his first bag of stuff. So well done, Anthony. That was
I've still got one bag to get rid of. My tentacles.
You're pointing the wrong way. You're pointing the wrong way.
Hey, my tentacle knows what it's doing. Like Graham said, I've got 9 brains. It's got the right way. I'm glad I pulled that off.
You thought you were pointing at me then, and you weren't. You're pointing the other way.
Excuse me. So the camera's pointing to you. Like, let me know in the chat who I'm throwing out. That's good to know, Anthony. Doing okay. Turns out Chubba only dial isn't sustainable.
Yeah, no.
Most people badmouth me.
Glad you're feeling well.
Well, I think they're badmouth you because you don't like wearing clothes from what I've seen. So maybe put those on. You might find people stop badmouthing you. What's going on here then?
Good morning, Georgie.
Georgie.
Good to see you.
Week, month. That's a part of the shtick. All right, we're getting close to the bottom. I'm sort of the same as Octo. Otherwise, we haven't had a day without a drink for 6 months. maybe that's where my slur pattern comes from.
Perhaps.
Charge everyone to be in a group, then make them help each other. Yeah, well, hey,
yep, that's exactly right. Yes,
capitalism at its finest, Judder.
Yep.
Great job. Thanks. Been giving up a bit of time in the pre-polling for the no. Can't believe racist comments I get to say to me they hate in the voice. Okay. I've got a good idea. We'll chat a bit later. Okay, cool. So that's obviously our eBay listing where we're going to redirect people back to other resellers.
Yes.
To charge them. Ooh, mysterious.
Yes, well, you'll find out later, like after the podcast is released next week.
Cleaning the
Yeah.
old stock, introducing new lines that have been started to sell. Oh, that's good.
Excellent. That's great stuff. Excellent.
One bag, Octo. Yeah, one in a bag. Thank God for the internet letting us to do stuff on the go. Then that's right. Yeah. Well, I don't
Yeah.
recommend doing it when you're driving because it becomes a bit of a costly exercise, especially if those cameras catch you. But yeah, maybe pull over in a car in a bike lane or something and do it from there. So, but what else has been happening, Granny? We've finally caught up in the chat, so people have gotten
Well,
sick
it
of
only
us.
took you 44 minutes.
Well, that's right. Well, hey, I do get these watch hours up.
Yeah. Well, I've actually been listing some kids' books, which is pretty cool. So I got this nice J.K. Rowling one, which is a nice one. And the illustrations in this, which Chris Riddell is the illustrator, but the illustrations are fantastic. I think I love a good book that's illustrated really well, and it's a really nice big book. So that's pretty cool.
So, not that we'd like to bring attention to it, but Granny's great grandfather was the only literate one in the family. So Granny reads my pictures. That's why she likes the illustrated books for. So Blake wants to know how you are.
I'm
how's
doing very
the walk's
well.
been going?
Yes, I'm doing well. Not quite running laps. So I had my first physio yesterday. So that was good. So we'll just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, but are you walking to the corner lately, or
yes?
not
I
that it's
walk up.
insinuating? It's not insinuating anything, but you did mention, I don't know if it was privately or in the podcast last week, that you have your little walking track that you couldn't do.
Yes.
Yeah, so
So I used to walk to the right hand corner, like go turn right at the front of my house, because that corner was only like 2 houses away, and that was good for when I first started. But now I'm going left.
That's almost like the original work from home, isn't it?
It is. Now I go left because it's like about what is there, about 7 houses to the corner. So so I can walk to the corner and back now without having to have a crutch or any assistance whatsoever, which I thought I might have didn't know whether that was enough, but the physio said that was excellent. So
when you say crutch, do you mean like brown paper bag, like with something in it?
No.
Not my friend Captain Morgan. Okay. I just thought you're talking about a metaphorical crutch. With AI, it won't be too long until your listing
wonder I haven't
voice
still got.
commands.
It's probably a wonder I still don't have the bottle sitting on my desk, but I must.
I did hear the clinking under your table before we went live. The slurring had to give you a couple of coffees. Hopefully AI will expand to the octopus doing it remotely as well. Yeah, I'd prefer
that. Well, maybe we could get the AI to work out how to fix up your headphones and your microphone and all that correctly.
Well, that's right. Yeah. So I had another run-in with my AirPods today. Yeah, obviously these ears being painted on, it's quite hard to put some AirPods in, and it's a pain in the butt, but. Finally got them working.
Yes, we do have a bit of fun at times.
Yeah, well, the problem is with the like button, Judder, is that no one likes me. Yeah, I'm the classical villain. Like everyone loves to hate the octopus. So,
do you look?
Puppy Dog Diary can stay. They obviously got a sense of humour, not like Matilda.
Yes.
Oh, we just lost Matilda. She's gone. Hello, Matilda, if you're still here. Very late today. Had to be a part of this catch-up crew too. Well, we only just got through the chat, so you haven't missed anything. You just missed me insulting a few people and trying to tell a couple of Americans where the sightseeing places in Australia.
Yes, right? We've had a big tourism talk this morning, so you did miss that.
That's right. So you
pretty much there's
nothing of substance today. Good morning, Nigel and Cindy.
Yes. Daylight saving. Oh yes, daylight savings.
So where are you from? Are you from Western Australia? Is it?
Yes, Western Australia.
Yeah. Oh, it's further down, is it? Yeah. Oh, Matilda's still here. I'm not a clown. I'm an octopus. Obviously, you need your glasses changed over. The flashes. Wait, the Parliament's on leave.
Yes.
So, what are you working on at the moment, Matilda? Other than try to, fight me with insults that you'll ultimately lose. But so, what are you currently working on?
Yes, what is everyone working on? Does anybody want to do some accountability this week?
Well,
should I get my notebook out? Got my notebook here.
Well, I'm being accountable. I'm trying to offend 3 people every session.
Well, you're doing a bloody good job of that,
I
I'd
know.
say.
Like I said, that I'm in a good mood today, so it means I'm a bit extra feisty and more insulty.
Oh,
Whereabouts in Western Australia from?
can we work out how to get you to get a toy at 4 o'clock in the morning from overseas every day?
Judder, I don't want to hear from you. So a study the other day that's a good chance octopuses can experience PTSD. Well, that's right. That's right. And we also punch fishes, according to some news articles as well. So, yes.
That's but well, so that there could be a little bit of a violent streak there.
No, there could be. That's right. All the horrors that I've seen, putting up with people in the nursing home. Just got rid of 200 books out of my warehouse. Didn't want to deal with. That's a win for me. Yeah,
Well
I'm not really big on books. I don't know how a lot of the booksellers do it. I know Granny sells books, and which is I think behind you. But yeah, and back from burnout as well. Mel, she does books. It's just I just really. This is going to be, really pointed, and no doubt Granny will probably strangle me. I don't think older people should be doing books, especially heavy ones. There's probably better things to list and live with than having to list up heavy books and photograph heavy books and all those different things. So, Matilda's back. Sewing this morning.
I think with books, you've got to be careful with books that you don't. You can't just sell everyday modern books. Like, honestly, the money's not in it. The money's not there to get profit out of it, because there's too many of the bigger sellers that are doing a volume-based model that are happy to only make 50 cents or $1 profit on each one that they sell, and so that becomes very difficult. And so I think, for me, I think you can do quite well if you work out a niche within the books. So whether that be sell religious books or sell kids books, but and become an expert in that particular niche of books. That's my opinion anyway.
But I suppose I find, and I have dabbled in books a little bit, so this is coming from a little bit of experience, but I find books to be like DVDs. There's a lot of garbage. You're really you're digging around. So I think it might be just a case of if you I think we spoke about this before, Granny, is that you probably almost want to have like a picker working for you, where you only get like you said, your certain niche come to you and all those different things, because you could potentially go to 4 or 5 thrift stores or op shops and not come across anything, because the amount of times I see the same bloody that's not my dinosaur book the op shop in the in the world of history aisle, but oh, there you go, Judder's bringing these toys out. It's good to see. This is why people have a go at you. Need a list of 20 a day, but he slipped to about 10. Okay, yeah. I'm in the process of doing about 100 revisions a day, so my listings obviously stagnated quite a bit. Matilda, I missed Matilda's comment. She's actually sewing this morning, but reselling wise, I'm leveling up. One thing that will make me disgruntled is buzzwords. I hate buzzwords. Like, just speak layman's terms. I hate leveling up. Catchphrases and buzzwords and all these different things. It means nothing. But I'm glad that you're working on luxury brands. Yeah, that's not to have a go at Matilda. Please don't take it that way. But I find a lot of people become inundated and romanticize about buzzwords and all the latest things like viruses and leveling up and all these different words that really don't mean anything other than getting off your butt and doing it. So yeah.
Well, and it does
books still confuse me. Well, go back to school and they won't confuse you.
There does get to be certain buzzwords that all of a sudden you see them everywhere, doesn't there? Like,
and that's not like I said, that's not a go at anyone that wants to use that language if that motivates them. But I think a lot of the times I see it used is that they kind of use it to be accepted into a group, but they don't actually follow through with it. Kind of like an accountability thing. Still working on getting rid of old items. Yeah, so I'm trying to get rid of my old items as well, but they're still hanging around.
You're still pointing the wrong way. I'm
pointing the right way. I'm pointing the right way. I'm watching both cameras. I'm watching both cameras.
You've got to remember that you're in mirror mode, obviously.
No, I'm not. No,
you're not pointing the right way.
Oh, well, wherever she is.
What you want to do is have them up, and so the one each is going each way.
Yeah. That's right. Well, Well, if you keep pushing me, I'll have 8 going in one direction in a minute.
Yeah, I love books too.
I like books. I like reading books. I like throwing books at people as they walk past. But selling them, no, it doesn't do it for me. Why the face? I'm not too sure. It's just what I was born for with, unfortunately.
Yeah, and
A lot of
I
people like
do.
books.
Yeah, I do think you've got to like them to do well at selling them, because then you have an appreciation of them. You're not just picking up anything and everything. You know, learn to love them and what's good about them. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Tilda's right. Like, imagine, selling a lot of books and having to transport them to the post office, and depending, a lot of people might have secondary conditions like back problems and all these different things. So this is not having a go at anyone, but I really don't find
no.
it just actually not anyone in particular. But it's just a case that, like I said, that there's probably better things or lighter things or potentially, it might even be a case that if you've got the ability to get the post office to come pick up your books. So
yeah, that's true. And look, some books can be very heavy. So yeah,
I think John's hit the nail on the head here.
Religion.
Oh no. GG Analytics books, because they aren't worth anything. They're great for wood heater. That's right.
That's right. Recycling. That's what that's called.
Yeah. So slightly on topic of wood heaters, did anyone read the article about the manager in the Lego Brisbane store? Apparently, she stole $70,000 worth of merchandise and cash over a period of 3 months. And to cover it up, she tried to set fire to Westfield Chermside up in Brisbane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that sounds like a lady after my own heart. Maybe I should bring her into the fold. Might have her on, I guess.
You have to get her to source Lego for you.
Well, that's right. I'll bring her onto the podcast.
Oh, dear.
Alternative sourcing strategies.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't be ashamed, Georgie.
Sure.
It's very easy to slip. Like I went down just before I had my surgery because I had a lot of things to try and organise. Because before that I was doing about 20 a day. And now, so since my surgery and since I've been back at work, so I'm concentrating to make sure I definitely get 10 done a day. And then I also have to get my drafts done my scheduled listings done for Thursday, because I haven't got the time to do them on a Thursday because it's podcast and live stream and video day. And then if I can get some extra up, I do, because I'm trying to get, and I'm usually about 15 at the moment, which is not too bad, but you just got to work on it. And as long as you're still consistent doing it every day, I think, regardless of the number, and just slowly trying to build it up, yeah, it's good.
Well, that's good. I wasn't listening to that. I was reading the chat.
A bit of encouragement.
That's good. I hope you listen to that, Georgie, and you can backfill me on Instagram. So I'm thinking might actually run past Judder, but like maybe if we title our private mentor group as the religious sect, we might get his stamp of approval. So that's better, Matilda. Yes, I'm quite happy with that terminology.
Yes, that's
like
better.
I said. Like I said, as long as you know what you're doing and you're actually following through with what you say. But I just find a lot of people, and you could probably read between the lines of where I'm going with this, is that they jump on the bandwagon of a particular person and their language, but they don't actually follow through with what they're saying. So it's almost like a part of a religious cult that they're all jumping on these buzzwords, and it's like, just get off your butt and do the job, get it done. To go through listing and deleting them, good.
Yes,
good,
definitely. Good.
It might even be a case that obviously if they're still somewhat, if you got them down at $4.99, it might be just better off just to clear them out. But if they're at $14.99, drop them down maybe for a fortnight just to see if that clears them out, and then delete from there.
So, I just wonder what's everybody's thoughts on. I seem to be having more luck if I do, instead of doing markdowns, I seem to be having more luck of late if I do a higher priced coupon. So instead of marking things down, say 40%, I'm having more luck if I do a 40% coupon.
No, good. Am I pointing the right way now?
Yeah, you are.
That's right. I had my thing in the mirror. So that's right. I know where you live, Granny. Well, not really. I don't live in Victoria. I'll just watch the whole estate out. If there's a flood that comes through, you can blame Granny.
I'm on high ground. I'm okay.
Not if you're going for a walk to the corner, you're not. I was trying to be productive while listening, but you guys are too entertaining. I'll stop being productive now. Well, that's all we want in the accountability hour. That's what our main purpose is for this hour. So,
to distract people from being productive.
That's right. Well, that's right. Like, I don't know. Well, yeah, it's not accountable for them. It's accountable for us. Yeah, the less people listing, the less competitors we have, Granny. So
this is true, and this
yeah,
is
like we said,
we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. So we're being productive.
Yeah. So, but like we were saying earlier in the previous podcast, yeah, loose lips sinks your eBay ship. So tell people what you're doing. I'm surprised the octopus with his aspiration hasn't already registered a faith. Makes me doubt his desire to rule. Yeah, so you have to actually pretend you care about people, John, when you register a religion. We all seen how that went with a previous religion. I won't say what. Have another hostage hiding next to him. Yeah, well, quite possibly I do. I don't even know what I've got next to me, actually. I've got a can of Pepsi. I thought I could lure Wayno in, but it hasn't worked.
I thought you might have had Bob sitting under the desk.
No, he's behaving
He's a
himself.
hostage.
He's actually
Poor Bob.
Yeah. Oh, he tries to take me out. The amount of times he bumps into my
Yeah, right.
tentacles as I walk past. That robot vacuum is going to be the end of me one day. I can tell you that now. Books are my bestseller. Well, that's good. Yeah,
Me too.
like I said, there's
Me
nothing
too.
against books. It's just that I personally just don't get the appeal. Might be just the places I source at, but I source very close to where Mel does, so potentially she's swooped in and swapped, picked them all up first. But I do come across some role-playing books occasionally, which is good.
Yeah, and I guess books do have an advantage over some other things in that if a particular book's not worth selling as a single book, you can knot them together. Like book bundles are quite popular, so there's that double aspect there too.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, Granny, because it gives me a perfect opportunity to smash you down. You look at your stuff behind you. Hang on, where we go. Look at your thing behind you compared to what you see different people that are clothing resellers. They got those neat little boxes like you have in the other shot that you've got.
I've got a clothing rack. Look.
Yeah, I know it looks horrible. Go back to where he was. It was better before. That's even just as scary. I was going to say that was scary. Go back to the clothes. Go to the clothes. You're getting seasick now, and I'm an octopus.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just find that the storage of books is very clunky and cumbersome. Yeah, like I find a lot of them lay it on the side like you do, and if you're after the book on the bottom, it's just going to be a bit of a pain having to go through all the time. To move.
Look, it can be. I guess the thing is not to have too deep a shelves, because if your shelves are really deep, then that's a lot of books to lift off if you need to get that one at the bottom or the one in the row behind. So yeah, I try to keep my shelving like reasonable so there's not too many. But yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, well, like it just everyone does things differently, which I respect begrudgingly. But yeah, like I said, whatever floats your boat.
Well, it's a bit
John needs to make his church.
Yeah, it is a bit like my hanging rack here, right? So that's a double-sided hanging rack from a shop. So which it would look better if that wasn't hanging out of the top. But that's because I got that originally because with my back I couldn't lift tubs down or big heavy boxes of clothing down off shelving. So
just heavy
most
books.
of my
oh, she's speechless. Quick, everyone take a photo of that. I'm just going to use that as a YouTube short.
What, me going like that?
No, but you're being quiet for 3 seconds.
Oh dear.
Yeah, know what you're saying? Sorry, before I cut you off.
Dear. No, I'm not talking to you now.
Oh, good. Oh, look at that. I know who she is again.
So that's
that was short-lived.
So hanging is so quick too, because everything's in sequential order and you just can pull it off the hanger. It's really, really good. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's good. But
once
Matilda's accountability,
better, I might go to a box system for the clothing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. Yeah, obviously you got your sequential numbering systems and use tubs and all those different things. Accountability is 35 listings per week, but ASP is $60. So it's all about dollar value. And that's right.
Yep.
I've moved to a higher dollar ASP. I've still a lot of stuff in the store that I want to flush out, which will flush out, dare say, if ever Q4 picks up. I don't know if it ever will. Yeah, so like I said, I literally want to get to that 50 to 75 in the next 12 months, then obviously 75 to 100 and all those different things. And I think it's one of those things you just need to be reactive about as well, Granny, is that the state of the economy, obviously, if their savings are drying up and their spending power is drying up, you don't particularly want to be selling high-value dollar items if your clientele's less and less. So, like I said, for probably the next 3 months, I'm going to probably try to get to about a $50 ASP. Trial that for a couple of months, see where it is, and obviously test and adjust as we go.
Yeah, my ASP is usually in the 40s. I will just have a look today and see what it is, just so I can say that that's what it is. But yeah, it's been usually in the late 30s to 40s. So
I think Paul's got it on. So
currently,
basically, Paul's looked into registering as a religion, as a tax haven, but it's really hard. Might need to be better off infiltrating an existing one and taking it. Well, how's your singing voice?
yeah. Mm.
How's your singing voice?
Yep. So we can have some hymns.
I'm about to say, flap your tentacles in the air and go stand on a hill and start singing from there.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone gets that reference.
So my ASP currently is $47.
Oh, that's good. I don't know what mine is because I have to leave the screen, but I think it's about 53 from memory.
Yeah.
Can't be that many houses in Donald. No, there's 7 because it's 2 one way and 5 the other. We've already determined that.
Oh dear.
List 15 a day, 30-minute research a day, review 5 old listings. That's really good. No, it's good.
That's well done, Cindy.
Yeah, and I think, well, it could be Nigel. Like, what are you defaulting in Sydney?
Well, I think Cindy's I think Cindy's the one that's setting the metrics there for that.
I had a flashback to Scream. Then I was calling her Sydney. Hello, Sydney. That's good. Coupons keep your items valid for sales. Good point.
Maybe that's why they're doing better than the
you need to start doing live streams. Really works that multitasking muscle. Yeah. Well, John, like he's the live stream king. Like
he is.
We had to bolt down this time slot because John was going to do like 24-hour live stream 7 days a week. So,
Seasick and his octopus.
you know what's great for books though? Bookshelves. Oh, I'd never thought of that. You know, like I just thought I might build a house out of books.
You could. And it's
You've got a nice rack.
Thanks, Jada.
Oh, I don't know what that means. You'll have to tell me after, Granny, what that means.
Oh, dear.
I've got good prices for books that my attitude changes every time I have to think about listing them. I really believe that you should take note of how things make us feel. Reselling is a choice, and I find myself asking why I'm selling books if I'm not feeling the love. Yeah, and there are certain genres of books. Look at that. That's a new word that I learnt in my English university course, Granny, that I really enjoy. Yeah, selling. Like I said, that paranormal, occult, all those different books that would really get me interested, and I'd be really happy to witchcraft and all those different ones. Not that I particularly believe in that, but I kind of find those topics interesting. But if it was, but if it was something like just children's books or Spot Goes to the Circus or something like that, I'd rather just crawl back to the ocean and give up my world domination aspirations. So, so, and I think I mentioned in the last podcast that I'm creating a urban legends, myths, and paranormal channel called the Cryptids Crypt. That hopefully will be out in Halloween, the first episode. And I'm going to do some Aboriginal folklore. So there'll be the first episode. It's only going to be really quick. So don't ask me to pronounce the first monster I'm doing. So there's a lot of hype.
I have a few Aboriginal folklore books. That's a subject that I quite like. And I've actually got a little collection going, which I haven't listed yet because I'm debating as to whether I will list them or not. They're actually children's books, but, nice illustrated storybooks about some of the myths and the stories, the creatures, I guess, in Aboriginal folklore. So, they're quite good and the artwork's quite nice.
They're pretty scary when you think about it. They're not bedtime stories.
Some of them are.
So I'd like to showcase, initially showcase a bit of Australiana history and folklore and all those different things. Obviously, going back to the Aboriginal and the first colonies and all those different things. Like I said, it'll be probably 15-minute episodes, once a fortnight, once a week, depending on when I get into the mood of those. But definitely something that I'm looking forward to, and it'll be edited, unlike our podcast. So that'll be a change. Oh no. But asking why I'm selling books if I'm not feeling the love, I've already done that. Plus the pharmacy boxes, eco thrifters shoved in the video. Good to divide the books up by category. Okay, yep. True. Oh, look at that. Oh, there you go. Someone else has got 16 accounts as well, Granny. You're not the only person.
Dear.
Why store books horizontal when picking would be easier vertical like a bookshop?
Yeah, look, it would. It actually would be a lot easier picking them, but they take up a lot more space, and you get to a point where if originally I did have them like that, but you do get to a point where you just run out of space, and so that's why that way is much better space wise.
There you go. So from the wholesale king himself, you're hanging your axe just from age. Happens to everyone, Granny. Don't stress. Yes. And I went and seen Kiss last Friday night, and they were hanging their clothes on racks as well. So I think that's what he means. 32 in the chat. Hit the like button. Yeah, like you don't have to don't have to hit the like button. What we'll make a compromise. You don't have to hit the like button. However, you have to subscribe to Grumpy Granny's channel. How's that for a compromise?
Thank you, and do subscribe to Octo's channel too, please. That would be very nice.
No, but I want to be like the only YouTuber with 50,000 watch hours and only 2 subscribers. You can fit more books in the horizontal stacks. Also, bundles stacks better at horizontal. Yeah, I agree with Roddy Thomas. I can understand where he's coming from. It's more aesthetically pleasing looking in vertical.
Oh, it is.
But the practicality with the horizontal is the way to go. Yeah. Another reason for me not to sell books, because my OCD would go off. My accountability this week is to list all my shoes.
Yeah, see, I've gotten around that because each of my rows are a certain width. So books that are like this wide, all those books go in one row on top of each other. And then then you've got the next size up. Well, I'm not going to put that book. Whoops, I'm not going to put that book on that book.
There we go, Jada. We found Granny's little black book, mate.
Yeah, that would really. It's blue, actually.
No.
It would actually do my OCD in, so that goes in a different size row. And
can you see these eyes are not painted on, Granny? I'm pretty good. I'm glad I actually can see what colour it is at all.
Look at the title of this book.
The sea shall not have them. Oh, well, I'll give you an insider thing. They don't want them. It's absolutely me, Cindy.
Yeah, okay. So you told him, Cindy. Yeah.
Oh, geez, I'm not going too well today.
and yes, and we'll have to go soon because it's less than.
Teresa.
Drew will be up in about 20 minutes, won't he?
That's right. Well, he's probably doing his hair as we speak. Missed his listing goal by one. What did you have? A listing goal of one?
Drew does his hair by putting a hat on.
That's right.
He follows the YouTuber, mentality of putting a hat on. Yes.
Yeah, I need to.
Nice.
I need to crack my hat back on. So, Victor Drudism. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. And they'll probably go for a lot of money because, the video that I watched of Mel the other week, where she had the bookseller on in the States. Yeah, the more obscure, the more niche down it is, the better. So,
absolutely.
Good morning, Bearded Poker Tuber. We have been well. It's good to see you again.
Good morning.
And I seen you in whose video was it the other day? Were you in Josh Gates live the other day? I think he was talking about you or to you. It's 2:00 in the morning when he goes live, so I have to catch the replays.
Yeah, I only catch his replays. Yes.
It's been a rounding error, Paul. I sell heaps of witchcraft Bibles, Aboriginal crop circles. Oh, geez, that's a one.
Yeah.
Is that one book? Is that the title of the book? Witchcraft Bible, Aboriginal crop circles, etc. I freaking love them. Oh, that's right there, that bolo book, Granny.
Well, it'd be a good book to list too, because you wouldn't actually have to come up with any keywords because
well, I didn't know that there's many Aboriginal crop circles in Australia, but hey, look, we learn something every day. And apparently Cindy loves them, so keen for that, Octo. I love that sort of stuff.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be very interesting.
So I'll just have to obviously find some folklore that's probably a little bit more user friendly, but a little bit darker at the same time. So. I rent, so many books are not a good thing, just in case I have to move.
Yeah, that can be a hassle.
He wears his hat the right way.
True.
Secrets sell lots of books per day, so the vertical OCD can be controlled. Oh, that's a valid point. Yeah, I quite agree with that.
Yes, true.
Or just do a thumbnail of being drowned by them. But I think, it gets to the point where I keep thinking that Granny's bookshelves are going to fall over and crush her, and I have to, instead of calling the paramedics to come rescue her, I'd have to find another co-host. And Blake's been missing in action lately, so and John doesn't let me talk. But I think I think we might have to wrap it up there, Granny, because we want you to all to move over and watch Drew if that's your kind of cup of tea.
Yes.
go watch him have a cup of coffee and do it that way. But if there's nothing else in the chat, we'll say goodbye for another week, and we'll see you all next Thursday. And thank you very much for coming in. But like I said earlier, you don't need to push the like button. Just make sure you subscribe to Granny's channel, because she keeps whinging at me that she's not getting the subs that she deserves. I don't know. She's this YouTube fame's gone to her head. I don't know what it is, but
Flipping Farm Girl's got, is that right? 20,000 books. Remodeled a shed to put them in. That's a bookshop. That is.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Mm.
No, that's impressive. Like I said, I really can't do that. It would just do my head in. But thank you all much. We'll see you again next week.
We will.
Bye.
Bye.